On this very day, July 16th, Archangel Raphael and Michael have a healing miracle for you. They're sending powerful divine energy to repair your body, mind, and spirit. If you've been in pain, this message is your answer. Open quickly to receive your blessing. On this very day, July 16th, a sacred frequency has entered your atmosphere. Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael have aligned their divine forces with a single intention: to heal you. You were guided to this moment not by accident, but by divine arrangement. What your soul has silently cried for, relief from pain, freedom from torment, and restoration of your energy, is finally arriving. Your voices echo through the spirit realm, sending waves of miraculous light directly toward your body, mind, and soul. The divine order hath been signed. The gates of healing have opened, and your name was on the first scroll. Every part of your being that has carried exhaustion, emotional weight, trauma, or spiritual fatigue is now under divine review. They saw the sleepless nights. They heard the silent prayers. They witnessed when you smiled despite internal agony. That is why today, July 16th, has been chosen as your personal healing appointment with the heavens. This energy transmission from Raphael and Michael is not generic. It is tailored, personalized, activated by your pain and calibrated for your breakthrough. And now, you're moments away from stepping into the sacred power designed for your renewal. Raphael is known as the Archangel of Healing, the one who touches wounds that doctors can't reach. And Michael is the commander of divine authority, the one who slices through invisible chains and rebukes dark spiritual forces. When these two unite, they don't just heal, they restore identity. They realign destinies. This isn't only about your health, it's about your future. The version of you that was buried under fear and fatigue is about to rise with full power. Nothing broken stays broken when these two are near. Nothing stolen stays missing. And nothing cursed can remain upon you when they descend with divine correction. You will feel this. Some of you already are. Tingling sensations, sudden warmth, surges of peace. That's not your imagination. That's them beginning their work. You were meant to see this message now. It is your portal. It is your divine yes. So prepare your atmosphere, still your mind, and open your spirit, because from this point forward, their holy intervention will unfold in phases, and each one will transform a different layer of your life. Type I am rising to get the blessing 4896. From the moment you accepted this message, a supernatural current began flowing toward you. This energy is not metaphorical, it's real. Archangel Raphael has begun transmitting his emerald green light into the deep spaces of your soul and body. This is no ordinary light. It carries vibrational codes that reconnect your physical form to the original blueprint heaven designed before pain, trauma, and time tried to corrupt it. Right now, his hands are hovering over you, working in silence, realigning your cells, unblocking your energy centers, and awakening your natural ability to heal. You don't need to understand it fully. Just be open. That openness is your yes. Your pain was never random. Every wound, whether emotional, physical, or spiritual, has been noted and measured by the divine. They watched as you pushed through heartbreak, grief, and fatigue. They saw you wear strength like armor, while inside, you were collapsing. Heaven does not dismiss your endurance. It honors it. And now, you are being repaid. Not with words, but with intervention. Archangel Michael now steps forward, his sword drawn, not to attack, but to remove. He is severing invisible attachments that drain you, people, memories, habits, and spiritual contracts that no longer serve you. Type I am anointed to get blessing 5734. Every time you felt off, disconnected, anxious, or weary without explanation, those were signs that your energy field had been breached. The divine knows what you don't see. That's why Michael doesn't wait for your permission. He moves where danger lurks. His golden blue fire is now consuming all spiritual interference around you. Whether it came from jealousy, manipulation, generational trauma, or your own self-judgment, it is being dealt with. Archangel Michael does not leave unfinished business. His fire purifies, but it also reclaims. What was taken from you, joy, energy, sleep, peace, is returning under divine authority. And it's happening now. This process is more than physical. Raphael's light is reawakening the temple of your body. He's moving through the bloodstream, the organs, the nervous system, gently reminding each part of what wholeness feels like. You may feel a sudden wave of peace, or even tears. Let them come. That's not weakness, it's release. Pain is exiting you now. It's evacuating through your breath, through your tears, through the sensations moving across your skin. Your healing isn't pending. It has begun. Michael and Raphael have sealed this moment in the records of heaven. You are not just being visited. You are being restored. Type I am restored to get blessing 6180. As you sit with this sacred moment, know this: your healing journey won't look like anyone else's. That's because your pain wasn't like anyone else's either. You're not weak because you're tired. You're not broken because you need help. That's why Archangel Raphael was assigned to you, because the kind of healing you need requires holy precision. The divine doesn't apply generic answers to personal suffering. What is happening right now is customized grace. Sacred, surgical, and intentional. And Michael is guarding it with divine force. No darkness can interrupt this session. No shadow can reverse what's been set in motion. You are not alone. You are not beyond repair. And you are not invisible. July 16th has been chosen in heaven's calendar as your healing milestone. The weight you've carried, internally and externally, is being lifted in layers. This part of the healing is the activation. The next part will awaken what has been dormant in your spirit for far too long. Your senses, your gifts, your connection to divine truth, it's all being brought back online. Get ready, because what's next will ignite your soul like fire. Type I am healed to get blessing 6921. The healing energy has entered your system, but now comes the deeper task, the cleansing of your inner temple. Your body is not just skin and organs. It is a sacred structure built to carry the breath of the divine. But over time, trauma, fear, betrayal, and unprocessed grief clutter that sacred space. Archangel Raphael is now walking through the hallways of your soul, room by room, turning on lights in spaces that were shut down. You may start remembering things you forgot. You may feel waves of emotion with no cause. This is Raphael's sacred work. He is helping you remember your original purity before the pain hardened you. It's not just about fixing what's broken. It's about uncovering what was always divine inside you. You were born with wholeness. The world tried to layer you with false beliefs, soul wounds, and heavy emotions. But today, that narrative is ending. Michael is removing spiritual graffiti that was painted over your identity by toxic words and energetic violations. He is silencing internal voices that don't belong to you, the ones that say you're not enough, you'll never heal, or this pain will last forever. Those are lies, and Michael's sword has come to destroy them. Type I am chosen to get blessing 7312. Let this truth enter you. You are worthy of complete restoration. Not partial, not seasonal, not temporary. Full and holy restoration. Raphael is laying hands on the foundation of your self-worth. He is not just repairing your health. He is reactivating the divine code within your DNA. The code that remembers joy, vitality, trust, and faith. And yes, this includes your emotional body. Those heartbreaks that never healed properly, those cries in the dark, you heard them. And now, he's applying celestial balm to every scar, known and unknown. The numbness you felt is leaving. Feelings are returning. Spirit is stirring. Your soul is thawing from years of emotional cold. Michael now reinforces the healing by drawing a boundary line in the spirit realm. Everything that wounded you before this moment is being denied access to your future. His armor isn't just for war. It's for protection during peace. You are being wrapped in divine defense while Raphael continues his reconstruction. Their synergy is perfect. One defends, the other restores. Heaven has deployed this team specifically for you. Why? Because you didn't break randomly. And now, you won't heal randomly either. There is intelligence behind every touch of grace they deliver. Type I am renewed to get blessing 7460. If you're feeling tired right now, it's not just physical. It's the weight of release. You are shedding old energies, emotional toxins, cellular memories. Healing isn't just light. It is fire. Sometimes it burns through before it soothes. But keep breathing. Keep allowing. You are not going backward. You are moving through the sacred passage of divine cleansing. It's not always comfortable, but it is always purposeful. The pain that once silenced you is now being used as the very trigger for your spiritual volume to rise. You are no longer invisible. The heavens have made your healing public in the spirit realm. That means breakthrough is not optional. It is guaranteed. You may feel tingles, dizziness, emotional waves, or nothing at all. It doesn't mean it's not working. These angels are operating in higher dimensions. Your spirit is responding even if your mind is unsure. Don't judge this by feelings. Trust it by faith. This part of the healing has set a spiritual reset in motion. Your mind will become clearer. Your body will begin detoxing. Your sleep will become deeper. And your soul, your beautiful, powerful, divine soul, will finally feel safe enough to shine again. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating via PayPal using the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel for regular prophetic guidance, deep spiritual insight, and powerful words that keep you aligned with heaven's rhythm. Type I'm awakened to get blessing 7995. Now that the cleansing has begun, something ancient is being revived within you, your spiritual power. You may not realize it yet, but you carry divine authority in your soul, authority that has been buried under years of survival. Raphael and Michael are not only healing you, they are reviving you. You were never meant to just get by. You were born to walk in alignment with the sacred. Your spiritual gifts, your inner knowing, your divine sensitivity, these were gifts from birth. Today, those dormant forces are being stirred awake. That tightness in your chest, that sudden tear, the heat rising inside, is your divine self coming back to life. You are not becoming someone new. You are returning to who you were before the world interrupted your spirit. The divine is stripping off layers of learned fear, self-doubt, and false identities. Archangel Michael has drawn a sacred circle around your energy field. In this space, nothing unclean can enter. As he holds the perimeter, Raphael is stepping deeper into your soul and unlocking memories and wisdom that were sealed due to trauma. Every spiritual gift that once flickered but faded, your intuition, your prophetic dreams, your healing hands, is being reignited now. You're not imagining it. You're remembering. Type I'm aligned to get blessing 8442. There were moments in your life when you sensed something greater inside you. You may have had visions, divine dreams, or bursts of unexplainable spiritual energy, but then it vanished. That wasn't failure. That was the result of energetic trauma and spiritual interference. The enemy of your soul wanted to silence your power before it matured. But Archangel Michael is reclaiming every stolen fragment. He's calling your spirit back from every place it was scattered. He's reversing every contract that muted your power. Raphael, at the same time, is pouring divine oil into your third eye, recalibrating your inner vision to see clearly again. This healing is not random. It's prophetic. You are being prepared for the next stage of your divine assignment. You may not fully know what that is yet, but heaven does. You are not just healing to feel better. You are healing to carry light for others. Your pain was not wasted. Your struggle is not for shame. It is now your sacred authority. Raphael is teaching your soul how to translate pain into compassion. Michael is teaching your spirit how to transform wounds into wisdom. This is not just emotional. It is energetic surgery. And it is restoring what darkness could not destroy. Type I am empowered to get blessing 8650. As these forces move through you, notice what starts changing. The way you speak to yourself, the energy of your thoughts, the sensations in your chest and belly. These are not small things. They are confirmations. The divine is awakening your sacred compass, the one that always knew the truth, even when others denied it. Your energy is being corrected back to its divine rhythm. You will feel more grounded, more clear, more present. This is not motivation. It is transformation. And it is happening because you said yes. Yes to your healing. Yes to your power. Yes to your divine rebirth. You are entering a phase where your body becomes a channel for divine frequency. Don't be surprised if you start seeing signs, angel numbers, feathers, dreams that speak directly to your spirit. These are not coincidences. They are evidence. Evidence that you are walking in alignment with heaven's plan. This is not a temporary revival. It's a permanent shift. Raphael and Michael are anchoring the new frequency into your soul. Everything that comes next will flow from this foundation. And the old pain, it's losing its grip. It no longer defines you. Your power has returned, and the heavens rejoice. Type I am divine to get blessing 8891. There is a part of your body that carries your unspoken trauma, the nervous system. Every heartbreak, every moment of fear, every loss and betrayal, it leaves behind a residue. Even when you moved on, your nervous system did not. It stayed stuck in protection mode, frozen in survival patterns. But Archangel Raphael sees what doctors cannot diagnose. He is gently touching the spiritual wiring of your nervous system now. His emerald light is moving through your spine, your brain, your nerve endings, undoing the internal chaos and calming the storms that lived in you for too long. This reset is happening at a cellular level. Your body remembers every emotional injury. The tight shoulders, the restless nights, the feeling of being constantly on edge. Those were not personality traits. They were the silent signals of a soul in distress. Raphael is pouring divine stillness into those places now. Your parasympathetic system, the part that activates peace and repair, is being awakened by heavenly frequency. Michael, on the other hand, is protecting this operation with holy fire. He stands guard over your mind, your energy field, your heart space. No fear can interfere. No demonic force can block what's already been sanctioned. You are protected during this reset. Type I am shielded to get blessing 9034. You may begin to feel lighter, almost as if you're floating within yourself. That's not illusion, it's recalibration. The weight you've carried emotionally has registered as physical tension, and that tension is now being loosened. Some may feel a sudden urge to cry, or to sleep deeply, or to just be still. That's healing. That's divine technology at work. Your nervous system is no longer preparing for the next heartbreak. It's learning to rest again. Raphael is rewiring you not just to survive but to thrive. He's giving your body permission to stop bracing for disaster and start preparing for joy. Archangel Michael is also doing his part. He is moving into your spiritual subconscious, removing old soul contracts that kept you stuck in trauma loops. Those moments when you kept repeating the same painful cycles, attracting the same hurtful people, doubting your worth over and over, they were not your fault. Those were energetic chains that required divine assistance. Michael's sword is cutting through those bindings now. He is declaring spiritual sovereignty over your life. You will no longer be bound by what broke you. You will no longer apologize for surviving. From this moment forward, you walk in renewed dignity. Type I am whole to get blessing 9189. With every breath you take right now, your nervous system is learning safety again. It's being shown that love is no longer dangerous, that calm is no longer foreign, that your body is a sanctuary and not a battlefield. For some, this moment will mark the end of anxiety attacks. For others, it will be the beginning of deep sleep. For many, it will simply be a new sense of stillness where chaos used to live. Do not fear the quiet. It is not emptiness, it is peace. The angels are filling that space with sacred calm, and your body is remembering how to live in ease. You are not crazy. You are wounded. And now you are healing. The world may never understand what it cost you to survive, but the divine does. That's why they are not rushing this. They are rewiring you with care, with intention, with sacred timing. Every twitch, every exhale, every tear, every breath, it is all holy now. You are not broken. You are burdened. But the burden is lifting, and your spirit is finally learning how to rest inside a body that feels safe again. That safety is your new normal, and nothing less will ever be accepted again by your soul. Type I am safe to get blessing 9470. There are certain burdens you've been carrying that didn't originate with you. Pain, fear, illness, and spiritual heaviness have often passed from generation to generation like unspoken inheritances. These are called ancestral wounds, energetic imprints transferred through family bloodlines. But today, Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael are not only healing your body and soul, they are also breaking the chain of generational trauma. Raphael is reaching into your lineage, placing his hands on ancient scars that were never treated. Those who came before you didn't have the tools, the strength, or the permission to heal. But you do. And that's why you were chosen. Some of your sadness wasn't even yours. Some of your fear didn't belong to you. The patterns you kept falling into, abandonment, unworthiness, grief, were seeded long before you took your first breath. And that's what makes your healing so powerful. You're not just healing for you. You are healing through you, for those who couldn't and those who will come after. Michael is standing beside you now, eyes blazing, sword lifted. He is breaking the spiritual cords that tied you to ancestral pain. He is releasing you from covenants of suffering, scarcity, and sickness that were never yours to carry. Type I am free to get blessing 9583. You may feel a rush of emotion as this layer of healing begins. That's not weakness, that's history unraveling. You are becoming the divine interruption to a cycle that's lasted for decades or even centuries. Raphael is embracing not just your physical body, but your soul's timeline. He is touching moments you didn't live through, but that still lived in your body. You may notice flashbacks, dreams, or deep emotional releases that feel unfamiliar. Let them move through you. These are the echoes of past wounds being purged. You are not cursed. You are the cure. Michael now steps into the spiritual courtroom where those ancestral contracts were first made, out of fear, lack, or survival. He speaks on your behalf. No more. His decree echoes across dimensions, ripping through false agreements that bound your family in limitation. The addiction that plagued generations. It ends here. The chronic illness that felt inevitable. Broken. The emotional coldness, the shame, the silence. Dismantled. Heaven has selected you as the cycle breaker, and you will not fail. Because you are not doing it alone. You have angelic backup, and your strength comes from beyond the veil. Type I am the first healed to get blessing 9821. This sacred healing is not just for the past. It is an opening for the future. You may notice those around you start to shift too. Children sleeping better. Parents softening. Relationships were calibrating. That's because healing doesn't just change the one. It changes the whole field. You're not just a person. You're a portal. And the energy flowing through you is now writing your family's energetic story. Raphael is sealing this healing into your bloodline. He is encoding peace, vitality, and clarity into your DNA. Michael is guarding this shift with divine flames. No generational force of darkness will ever reverse what has now begun. As this part concludes, take a deep breath and speak this aloud. I forgive what was. I welcome what's new. I honor my lineage by healing it. These are not empty words. They are spiritual keys. Speak them often. And remember, the ones who came before you are watching in awe. In spirit, they are weeping with gratitude because someone finally said yes. Someone finally allowed the healing to begin. That someone is you. And heaven is rejoicing because the chain has broken. Type I am the chain breaker to get blessing 10,008. The heart is where the soul whispers. And for far too long, your heart had been in hiding, guarded, bruised, and weary. The betrayals, the losses, the years of giving more than you received, they formed invisible walls. You learned to protect your love, to silence your emotions, to shield your tenderness. But now, Archangel Raphael approaches with the gentlest hands in the universe. His touch doesn't force, he invites. His light doesn't pierce, it warms. Right now, he is cradling your heart in celestial radiance, softening the scar tissue that made it feel numb. This is the part of your healing where love becomes safe again. Many times, you've wondered if you'd ever feel whole emotionally, if your heart would ever open without fear of being broken again. Raphael assures you, it can. And it will. That fragile organ of divine sensitivity is not beyond restoration. It just needs safety. It needs truth. It needs divine protection while it learns to love without breaking. That's where Archangel Michael comes in. He stands at the gate of your heart with his flaming sword, guarding against anything that would dare wound you again. He is not just removing the old pain, he is also defending your newfound joy. Type I am love to get blessing 10,277. Your heart was never weak, it was overwhelmed. You were built to feel deeply, to care with intensity, to connect on sacred levels. But the world didn't honor that. And so you buried pieces of yourself just to function. But those pieces never stopped glowing. They waited. And now, under Raphael's light, they're returning. You may feel your chest expand or sudden warmth where coldness once sat. Let it happen. These are the chambers of your heart reawakening. Every rejection you internalized as unworthiness is being retranslated now. It was never about you. It was about their inability to meet your depth. Michael speaks now, not with words, but with presence. His energy surrounds your heart, commanding every past wound to step back. No more emotional relapses. No more spiritual leaks through romantic scars or childhood injuries. He declares your heart sealed in divine truth. That means you no longer chase what is not aligned. You no longer grieve what was never yours. You no longer sacrifice your worth for temporary connection. Your heart is too sacred to be mishandled, and both angels are ensuring it stays protected as it blossoms into its original state, fearless, radiant, and holy. Type I am cherished to get blessing 10,443. Now comes the phase of renewal. Your capacity to feel joy is expanding. Your ability to trust is being restored. The magnetic field of your heart, your auric signature, is being amplified by divine frequency. This will attract different people, different opportunities, different love. Love that doesn't drain. Love that sees you. Love that ends peace, not confusion. This is not imagination. It's energetic law. Raphael is infusing the core of your emotional body with heavenly compassion. Michael is setting boundaries around that energy so that only those aligned with your soul's highest path can enter. Breathe deeply as this heartwork settles into place. You don't have to rush this. Your healing doesn't demand performance. It invites presence. Even if it feels unfamiliar, let the warmth stay. Let the joy rise. You've done the hard part. You survived. Now it's time to thrive. Let your heart become the divine instrument it was always meant to be. Let it feel again. Let it trust again. Let it shine with all its glorious truth. You are not broken. You are beautifully rebuilding. And every beat of your heart from this moment forward will echo with sacred power. Type I am open to get blessing 10,601. As your heart begins to bloom again, the next phase begins. Your mind and spirit must come into agreement. For too long, your mind has carried thoughts that conflicted with the truth of your soul. Doubts, fear, harsh self-talk, voices from the past repeating over and over that you're not enough, not worthy, not safe. But today, that loop ends. Archangel Raphael is placing divine hands upon your mind, quieting the noise, silencing the storms, and healing the neural pathways that carried pain. The fog is lifting. The clarity is returning. The light of heaven is beginning to restore divine alignment between what you think and who you truly are. You've tried to stay positive, but it always felt like a battle. That's because your brain was wired by trauma to expect disappointment. It wasn't you being negative, it was your mind trying to protect you from more pain. But that survival mechanism has run its course. Michael now enters this sacred space. He raises his sword not against people, but against thoughts, false beliefs that became mental chains. He is shattering lies that told you to shrink, that told you to hide, that told you weren't ready. He is cleansing your mental realm so that your spirit can finally speak freely. Type I'm aligned to get blessing 10,826. Raphael begins rewiring the brain with healing frequencies. Truth, grace, calm. Every anxious thought, every spiral of doubt, every painful replay is being interrupted. A new rhythm is entering your cognitive field. A rhythm of sacred stillness. Your mind was not meant to be a war zone. It was meant to be a sanctuary, a receiver of divine intelligence. Now, for the first time in a long time, peace is entering the space where chaos used to reign. The overthinking, the self-sabotage, the indecision, they are unraveling. You are being returned to the natural harmony of divine thought. Michael now sends a divine decree. You are no longer mentally available for fear-based living. That doesn't mean you will never feel fear again. It means fear will no longer drive your choices. He is commanding every mental gate to open only to truth and divine insight. Your discernment is being sharpened. Your inner voice is becoming clearer. No more confusion. No more mental fatigue. No more cycles of torment disguised as caution. You are receiving spiritual intelligence now. You are being activated as a vessel of divine awareness, and nothing can contaminate that channel again. Type I am truth to get blessing 11,012. As this realignment continues, notice how your inner world feels. Your thoughts will start to slow down. Your intuition will become louder. You'll begin to know what's true without needing validation. That's because your mind is syncing with your spirit. The two are not enemies. They were just disconnected due to pain. Raphael is bridging that gap now. He is allowing the wisdom of your soul to move upward and inform your conscious choices. Michael is ensuring that no spiritual static interferes with his transmission. Your mind is becoming sacred ground again. This isn't just spiritual, it's neurological. Your brain is literally beginning to change. You are growing new pathways of peace, new patterns of love, new habits of hope. You may find yourself making decisions with more confidence, hearing your higher self more clearly, and even feeling mentally lighter. That's not a coincidence. It's healing. You are becoming the kind of person who thinks with heaven and lives with clarity. You are no longer a prisoner of old thoughts. You are a steward of divine mind. Type I am clarity to get blessing 11,190. Now that your mind and spirit are aligning, something sacred is beginning to stir, your divine purpose. This is not about a career or a title. It's deeper. It's the reason your soul chose to be here, now, in this specific moment in time. Many times, you've questioned why your life unfolded the way it did. Why so much pain? Why so many detours? But Raphael whispers now, none of it was wasted. Every moment was preparing you. Every wound became a gateway. And now, under the protection of Archangel Michael and the guidance of Raphael, your divine mission is being awakened. You may not see the full picture yet. That's okay. Divine purpose rarely arrives all at once. It emerges in layers, as healing makes room for clarity. Michael has begun clearing the path ahead of you. He is removing distractions and illusions that once disguised themselves as opportunities. His sword of truth is revealing what's real, what's yours, what has always been waiting for you. Raphael is preparing your energy field to carry this new assignment. He's strengthening your emotional body, calibrating your nervous system, and restoring your confidence so that your purpose doesn't just awaken, it lasts. Type I'm ready to get blessing 11,345. Some of you may feel restless right now. That's because your spirit is waking up from dormancy. You are remembering what you came here to do, not as obligation, but as sacred joy. The call over your life is not small. That's why your pain was not small either. You were called to carry light into places others feared to enter. That's why your preparation included deep valleys and silent battles. You're not behind. You're on divine schedule. And this moment, this exact message, is a spiritual activation that unlocks your next chapter. You won't have to chase it. It will begin finding you. Raphael is reintroducing you to your soul's original blueprint. You were not born confused. That was conditioned. You were not born afraid. That was inherited. But beneath all that is the real you, the healer, the artist, the leader, the messenger. Michael now lifts his sword toward the heavens and calls forth divine assignments, opportunities, and connections that match your highest destiny. They are already moving toward you. And as you heal, you become magnetic to everything that aligns with your sacred work. You're not being left out. You're being positioned for something greater. Type I am called to get blessing 11,526. This isn't about striving, it's about receiving. The more you heal, the more your purpose will rise without force. It will feel natural, like coming home. You'll notice new interests emerging, old fears fading, and divine synchronicities becoming common. These are confirmations. Raphael is helping you trust your inner compass again. Michael is creating divine appointments with people who will honor your gift, not drain it. The days of shrinking, silencing, and second-guessing are over. You are stepping into a frequency of holy confidence, the kind that doesn't need to prove, only to be. Let this sink in. Your purpose doesn't begin after you're perfect. It begins as you heal. You don't have to wait until all the pieces are together. Heaven works with you now, even in the in-between. Your scars don't disqualify you, they certify you. The angels are moving with urgency to align you with divine timing. Keep listening. Keep showing up. Keep saying yes. You are already enough. Your purpose isn't in the distance, it's rising from within. And Archangel Raphael and Michael are walking beside you every step of the way. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating via PayPal using the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel for regular prophetic guidance, deep spiritual insight, and powerful words that keep you aligned with heaven's rhythm. Type I am chosen to get blessing 11,704. Healing doesn't just happen in the body, it happens in the soul, especially when old emotional agreements are broken. These are subconscious vows you made during pain. I'll never trust again. I'm safer alone. Love always hurts. Though meant for protection, these silent agreements became prisons. But now, with Archangel Raphael's divine precision and Archangel Michael's sword of truth, these emotional contracts are being identified, brought to light, and severed. You no longer need to hold on to beliefs that were born in trauma. Your soul is being set free to rewrite its truth, truth that aligns with divine safety and limitless joy. There are words that were spoken over you, by others, and by yourself, that created energetic signatures within your emotional field. You're too sensitive. You're difficult to love. You're always the problem. These lies may have sunk deep into your being, shaping the way you viewed yourself and the world. But heaven has sent an emergency response. Raphael is pouring healing frequencies into your emotional core. He's dislodging these false imprints and replacing them with divine truth. You are worthy. You are lovable. You are not too much. You are enough. This is your new baseline. Type I am truth to get blessing 11,897. Michael now steps into this healing with fierce authority. He doesn't coddle pain. He confronts it. He speaks to the spirits of guilt, shame, unworthiness, and despair that tried to anchor themselves to you through past relationships and betrayals. You do not belong here, he declares. With every swing of his sword, old contracts are burned, emotional chains are shattered, and attachments to past trauma are dissolved. You are no longer emotionally available for abuse, subtle or overt. You are no longer spiritually tied to those who violated your soul's light. That bond is broken permanently. Michael seals the decree. Raphael continues the healing with a touch of divine compassion. He gently walks you through memories, some you've buried, some you've carried openly for years. Not to re-traumatize you, but to finally neutralize them. As these moments arise, don't resist. Let the emotion rise. Let the tears fall. Let the breath deepen. This is the medicine of remembrance and release. You are not reliving the pain. You are reclaiming your power. That old heartbreak, that betrayal, that silence, they no longer define you. You're not the person who was hurt. You are the person who survived, and now, the person who is being spiritually reborn. Type I am released to get blessing 12,064. This part of the healing is subtle but powerful. You may begin to notice emotional clarity rising where confusion once lived. You'll stop excusing behaviors that hurt you. You'll start choosing peace over patterns. This is not ego, it's alignment. The more you allow this emotional clearing, the more space you create for authentic love, connection, and joy to return. Raphael is activating new emotional frequencies, ones that support your worth, your joy, and your peace. Michael is now shielding your heart with divine armor. No shadow can re-enter. No past wound can rebind. You are free, and you are held. Take a moment now and breathe in this truth. You owe nothing to your pain. You don't have to carry it to prove your strength. You don't have to revisit it to remember your worth. The pain came to teach, but the lesson is over. The contract is complete. You are being discharged from the cycle of inner punishment and self-restriction. You are now entering into a covenant of emotional freedom. One where peace is your birthright and joy is no longer delayed. And you have not arrived here alone. The angels stand as witnesses. Heaven stands in agreement. Type I am emotionally free to get blessing 12,240. You have been healing. Layer by layer, pain had been released, trauma lifted, and peace restored. But there is one more cornerstone that must be reinforced, your self-worth. Without it, healing remains fragile. That's why Archangel Raphael is now focusing his energy on the very center of your identity, how you see yourself. Not who others said you are, not who pain tried to convince you to be, but the divine truth of your existence. You are not just a soul passing through time. You are sacred. You are chosen. And you are deeply worthy of love, peace, success, and joy. There were moments, many of them, when you questioned your value, when people ignored your light, dismissed your heart, or made you feel replaceable. Those wounds didn't just hurt. They distorted your self-perception. Raphael sees the cracks where those lies entered. And now, he is sealing them with divine gold. This isn't just healing, it's redefinition. At the same time, Michael is cutting away the invisible layers of shame and guilt that have clung to you like a second skin. He speaks now with heavenly force. You are never the problem. You are not a burden. You are not too much. You are enough. Type I am enough to get blessing 12,417. Self-worth isn't built through compliments or attention. It's built through divine truth. Raphael is infusing your soul with reminders of who you truly are beyond trauma, titles, or performance. He's awakening your inner knowing. The knowing that says, I am worthy simply because I exist. The truth has always been there. It was just buried under the rubble of past criticism and rejection. As this part of your healing unfolds, you may begin to feel a shift in how you talk to yourself. A softening and gentleness. That's not weakness, that's sacred self-honor awakening. Michael reinforces this shift by drawing new boundaries around your spirit. He is declaring that your time of self-betrayal has ended. No more sacrificing your truth to be accepted. No more shrinking so others feel comfortable. No more mistaking abuse for love. Your energy is holy. Your presence is valuable. You are a miracle wrapped in human form. Anyone who treats you as less is now being spiritually removed or redirected. That's not loss, it's protection. You don't need to prove your worth. You just need to remember it. And Michael will not let you forget again. Type I am valuable to get blessing 12,589. Now, the vibration of your being is shifting. You'll notice it in small things. How you speak up for yourself. How you choose peace over pleasing. How you walk into a room without apologizing for taking up space. These are not attitude changes. They are evidence that your worth is anchoring. Raphael is building an inner altar of self-love that no voice, past or present, can shake. You'll find that your decisions become cleaner, your boundaries firmer, and your relationships more aligned. That's the result of divine worth taking root. You are no longer begging for scraps of love. You are embodying love itself. Take a deep breath and allow this upgrade to settle. Feel your posture change. Feel the energy in your spine strengthen. Your worth has never been lost. It was waiting to be remembered. You are not here to be tolerated. You are here to be celebrated. By heaven, by those sent to honor you, and most importantly, by yourself. Raphael and Michael have completed this phase of your transformation with grace and fire. And what stands in place of the old you is not someone new. It's someone whole. Type I am worthy to get blessing 12,770. Even after so much has been healed, one final layer remains. The unseen spiritual blockages that have kept divine flow from fully reaching you. These blocks are subtle. You don't always feel them consciously, but they create delays, resistance, and confusion in areas where you've been praying, working, and hoping. And yet nothing seems to break through. But today, Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael are working together to eliminate these blockages, not just temporarily but completely. You have reached the depth of surrender necessary for permanent transformation. And the divine now moves to clear the way for true forward motion. These blockages were not punishments, they were protective responses. Your soul created shields to survive environments that weren't safe. You shut down intuitive gifts because they weren't understood. You rejected blessings before they arrived because past disappointment made you afraid to hope. Michael now stands before every gate in your spirit that has been locked by fear, trauma, or energetic interference. He places his hand on the seal, and with divine authority, commands it to open. The time of restriction is over, he declares. As his words echo, chains fall, doors swing wide. The sacred flow of divine favor begins again. Type I am open to get blessing 12,935. Raphael moves in behind him, filling every newly opened space with frequencies of ease and expansion. These are not just feel-good energies. They are spiritual prescriptions. Raphael is now healing the pathways within you that once rejected blessings out of unworthiness. He is softening the nervous system so it can receive without fear. He is restoring your ability to trust joy, to believe in peace, and to walk boldly without waiting for the other shoe to drop. You are being made receptive again, not just to healing but to love, to abundance, to divine opportunity without sabotage. Michael now confronts every spiritual force that tried to keep you small. Every jealous eye, every word curse, every energetic parasite that latched onto your light, he is driving them out. You are no longer accessible to low frequencies. Your aura is being cleansed with heavenly fire. Your spiritual body is receiving a divine overhaul. This is not protection for a day. This is reinforcement for a lifetime. As Michael commands the darkness to flee, Raphael pours divine oil into every crevice that was previously blocked. Where there was tension, there is now flow. Where there was hesitation, there is now divine rhythm. Type I am flowing to get blessing 13,116. You will notice in the days ahead that things begin to shift quickly. Decisions become easier. Delays break. Old patterns collapse. That's not coincidence. It's confirmation. What was blocked is now moving. What was denied is now being returned. Raphael's healing is activating divine acceleration. But not the kind that overwhelms. It's the kind that feels natural, aligned, supported by the universe. You won't need to hustle for what is yours. You will simply attract it. That is the reward for doing this level of inner work. Heaven responds to healed hearts with divine movement. So take this in now. You are no longer spiritually stuck. You are no longer energetically entangled. You are no longer carrying invisible burdens that block your blessings. Michael and Raphael have done their work, and your spirit has said yes. And that yes has echoed across realms. You will feel it in your breath, in your relationships, in your finances, and in your prayers. The path ahead is not just open, it is blessed. Walk it boldly, because the angels go before you. Type I am free to receive to get blessing 13,293. You've come through a sacred journey. What began as pain and spiritual exhaustion has now turned into revelation, rebirth, and renewal. But as every true healing is completed, there must be a sealing, a divine affirmation that the work is finished and protected. That is the final task Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael are preparing for you now. They are not just ensuring the healing continues, they are safeguarding it from interference. Because what has been healed must not be reopened. What has been broken must not be questioned. And what has been restored must be sealed in sacred permanence. Michael steps forward first. His wings are extended wide, forming a shield around your body, your mind, your soul. His light surrounds you like a dome, impermeable, indestructible, and blessed. He speaks directly into the spirit realm. This healing is now sealed under divine law. No darkness may reverse it. No voice may shame it. No spirit may question it. These words are not symbolic. They are declarations etched into the fabric of your energy field. From this moment forward, your restoration is protected, and your soul walks in a newly armored authority. Type I am sealed to get blessing 13,457. Raphael follows with his healing presence. He moves around you like a celestial wind, infusing your aura with calming frequency, fortifying the transformations you've undergone. You may feel tingles, chills, or sudden stillness. That's not imagination. It's divine imprinting. He is sealing the upgraded codes of peace, vitality, emotional balance, and worthiness into your spirit. You are not the same as when this journey began. You have shed old layers, released generational pain, and realigned with your purpose. Raphael is now ensuring that your body remembers this new frequency, so you do not slide back into old systems of survival. Michael now addresses one final layer, your environment. He sends warrior angels to walk into your home, your relationships, your atmosphere. They are removing anything that no longer matches your new energy. Old attachments will dissolve. Energetic cords will be cut. Even the very air around you will feel different. Because healing is not just internal, it expands. You may feel a need to clean, to let go of certain objects, or release people who no longer honor your spirit. Follow that impulse. Your field is being purified, and your space is now holy ground. Type I am untouchable to get blessing 13,632. Raphael speaks now. Your healing is not fragile. It is fortified. It is protected. It is remembered by heaven. You do not need to fear a return to the past. You are not who you were. Your thoughts have shifted. Your body has recalibrated. Your heart has reopened. And your spirit has expanded. Every tear you cried has been woven into your victory. Every moment of pain has been transformed into divine wisdom. What once threatened to break you now serves as the foundation for your ascension. The healing is complete, and the seal hath been stamped in heaven's archives. Let yourself feel this closure, not as an end, but as a divine graduation. You've crossed through spiritual dimensions. You've allowed the divine to enter places even you couldn't reach. And now, you are walking forward as a sealed, sovereign soul, guided by light, protected by power, and infused with purpose. This is the miracle. Not that your pain disappeared, but that it was transformed. You are no longer waiting for healing. You are the healed, and heaven is celebrating your rise. Type I am complete to get blessing 13,798. You have walked through the sacred fire. You have surrendered pain, embraced truth, and allowed divine beings to reconstruct what life tried to destroy. And now, as this journey reaches its completion, a new reality is anchoring within you. You are healed, not just in body but in spirit, in heart, in memory, in identity. What was broken has been restored. What was stolen has been returned. What was lost within you has now come home. Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael have not only touched you, they have transformed you. And their work is not temporary. It is eternal. Every layer of your soul that once trembled in fear is now grounded in divine certainty. The spiritual frequencies of chaos, guilt, and grief have been replaced with harmony, peace, and joy. You no longer need to wait for healing. It has arrived. It is living in your breath, your thoughts, your decisions. Heaven is not watching you from afar. Heaven is within you now. Raphael's green light continues to move through your bloodstream, reminding every cell that it is sacred. Michael's sword still guards the borders of your destiny, ensuring nothing unholy ever enters your life again. You are no longer the person who started this journey. That version of you was full of questions, doubt, exhaustion, and quiet despair. but that soul had courage, the courage to say yes. And that single yes opened a door that changed everything. Every part of you that was ignored by the world has been embraced by the divine. Every emotion you buried has been honored. Every silent cry has been answered. And every hope that seemed foolish has now been validated by miracles in motion. Let this closing moment be a promise. You will never return to who you were. You will not be dragged back into trauma cycles, emotional dependency, or spiritual confusion. Your energy has shifted permanently. Your atmosphere has been anointed. Your path has been cleared. And the angels that walked with you through this process are not leaving. They will remain with you, guiding, affirming, protecting, and speaking to your spirit in subtle, sacred ways. Pay attention to the signs. Trust the stillness. Walk boldly in your new divine identity. The miracle has already begun. It is not waiting. It is unfolding. You are the evidence, and the heavens are rejoicing. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving us super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating via PayPal using the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel for regular prophetic guidance, deep spiritual insight, and powerful words that keep you aligned with heaven's rhythm. Tap I'm healed forever to get blessing 13,977.